you before. I'm looking forward to it. Chat, they're leaking the goo. Yo, Hanko, chill. He's leaking the goo. This is the goo for you guys who don't know. I'm gonna leak the goo right here. This is the goo, chat. The goo. The goo. So the goo with runic deck out is you play Astro Karibo and Crooked Cook, and basically you just say Tier like you don't have an out. I'm pretty sure Tier doesn't have an out, chat. If you don't play that Underworld Goddess, like you literally cannot out it because it can't be destroyed by card effects and it can't be affected. So like, how do you kill it? You know what I mean? How do you get the other four? The other four, you use a runic card. Any runic card just summons the wolf, and then you just overlay. And as long as I'm going to beat you because all I need to do is activate like a droplet. I just need to activate like or banish one random card from your deck, and I just win. You know what I mean? I can just deck you out. Currently, they can't fit under. That's all right. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, chat, that most tier players, probably Dragon as well, I'm thinking that they will not play an out to this card, and that I can summon it. And also, is this cheese or not cheese, chat? Or I'll say big brain. So I'm also playing Utopia because for Astro Karibo, you have to reveal a number monster. And I don't want to reveal Crooked Cook because like I don't want them to do like something weird where they're like trying to stop it. I don't know what that could be. Maybe they imperm it and I'm like, maybe its level would go to 1 and I'm like, I don't even want to. So I want them to think that I'm going to summon Utopia for some reason, but then I'm going to overlay for Crooked Cooks. So the Exceed that I'm going to reveal, chat, is never going to be Crooked Cook itself. I'm going to reveal like a Utopia. Although I need to... Utopia is what, 39? I want the Jet Utopia, and I do not own a copy of it. I have, yeah. I feel like I own this card, chat, but I can't find it. So if I'm gonna play like one Utopia or two Utopias, like I kind of want the Jet version of Utopia, but I also like, do I want to spend $1? Do I want to spend $1 on tax? Like, does anyone have a Jet Utopia that they just want to give Cap G, chat? Yes, I'm playing regular Utopia. I'm not playing the Utopia to summon it. I'm just playing it specifically when I reveal a number monster to change the Astro Karibo to 4. I just want to show my opponent. It can be any monster. It can be any number monster. It just has to be rank 4. It could be. I mean, I don't want to flex and play like the Utopia Ghost Rare, but it could be anyone. I just picked Utopia because why not? You know what I mean? What's this? A short? I still gotta get on my short game, chat. Oh, this is MBT.
Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon? It's bad. DDKC is the trap retrain of Dharma Cannon for some reason, and it's clearly bad. Yet for the past week, my feed has been covered with people singing its praises. I haven't seen people hyping up something this clearly mid since Black Adam. Is that Family Guy style?
Hey! I still plan on seeing that movie. I still plan on seeing that movie. They got Hawkman in there. They got a Black Hawkman.
I still want to see anything for you. Let me break it down for you. This card changes everything on the field to face down defense, then makes the owner of any monsters still in attack send them to the graveyard. This is a really neat way for trap decks to essentially clear the field versus link decks, something they've been able to do since 2003. But wait! It gets worse! Trap decks are at an all-time unplayable thanks to the massive flexibility in builds and boards Tier and Sprite enable, so the only place you'd be caught packing pink is Labyrinth. This seems like a perfect fit. That deck cares about normal traps that remove cards from their field, except, what's this? Technically, your opponent is the one being forced to send their own monster to the grave, so it won't even trigger any of the Femboy Maids' effects. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is weird. Why can't you all see that Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon? It's bad. DDKC is the trap retrain.
Did he convince me? Change as many monsters on the field as possible to face down defense position. Then if either player controls a face-up monster or monsters, they must send all face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. So that will never happen with you because trap decks never summon these indestructible like towers type cards, right? So they don't ever summon those. It's for things like things like Avermax, the Arrival, those might be cards that would be affected. I guess all Link monsters. Is it bad? No. This critique has many holes in it. Go Flax. So, like, the reason why I want to play this card specifically, chat, is because I need a way to beat Spell Canceller. And I guess I could play... So, I could play this. Some people play... some of the OCG builds, chat, they play this in their Runic deck out. Like, what do you guys think of this? Like, Amano seems kind of cool because it basically means, like, you can't beat Ash turn 1, but I'm like, is Ash that important? I have put dualities in my deck, chat. I'm not playing Desires. I have thrown one copy of Card of Demise in my Runic deck. So Amano is supposed to be a way it's like you normal summon it and, you know, you're immune to hand traps, basically. I guess not imperm, but, I mean, they can imperm and then hand trap you. That's kind of fucking a lot. Side Spirit Mode and Lava Golem. I am signing Lava Golem Atenza, but here's the thing. If someone's just smart, they'll, they'll just go Spell Cancel and that's it. Because if you're playing Runic, like, what is your out? Even if I have things like Rivalry, you can just kill me with one monster. So, like, if you're really... I had an opponent who did that, chat, at my last regionals. He summoned Spell Canceller, and then he summoned another monster. I'm like, why would you summon another monster? Like, if I had Lava Golem, I could Lava Golem you now. But, like, yeah, you don't need to summon another monster. If you have Spell Canceller, a Runic player cannot play the game. They can't summon monsters because they have to use spells to do that, and they can't play spells because Spell Canceller. You can't, even if you Metaverse into Mystic Mine, the mine is negated. I don't know if that's a legal play, by the way. I think you can activate Metaverse, but I think you can only use the hand effect, like add it to your hand. I don't think you can activate the card on field. Even if you could, it'd be negated anyways. So, like, there really are very, very, very few ways of Runic actually beating Spell Canceller, chat. Amano is one of them, just normal summon attack, because it's 19. I think Spell Canceller is 18. And this card, DDKC is another one. It's like flip it face down and like fucking blow my load, use all my damn Runic cards during my turn, and like hopefully I can just kill that shit. Flax says he's applying a short-term window reference to a long-term flexible statement for trap decks. And his argument against it in Labyrinth is only true if you never actually played the deck. The new lady, so you must be talking about the one in Darkwing Blast, Dabble, as they say. The new one from Dabble, if you want to trigger one of the maids, you can just do that prior or use it to prevent getting rushed. So that's one aspect that I liked about the card, Flax, and that's one reason that I'm looking at playing this is like, so if my opponent has Spell Canceller, chat, I at least have a fighting chance if I hit this card. If they don't have Spell Canceller, then it just serves as like a scuffed Wabaku Threatening Roar type deal that can also 1-for-1 with, like, that's kind of how I look at it, chat. I look at it as, you know, it can 1-for-1 with like Link monsters. If my opponent has like a big rush board, I can flip all their stuff face down. It doesn't flip it face up, right? So I can flip their stuff face down and then maybe mine them. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I look at it. As it just gives you, what's it called? Side Gerdarla? What is that card? I think it has to flip at least one to work. Oh, you're saying you can't, like, if your opponent just summons a Link, you can't just like act. Are you sure about that? Chad, are you sure? Like, I just assumed that, like, it says change as many monsters on the field. Like, that is correct. So you have to have at least one card that can be put face. That's, I mean, I don't think that really changes it for me, but that is a little unfortunate, I guess. If you're scared of Spell Canceller side kaijus, but I like, what's it like? So Bear, I don't generally like cards that are that linear. Like, I want cards that cover multiple ground. And I guess, like, what else would I side this shit against? I don't know. Is there anything else that fucking like I guess I could side this against like Exo Sister? I actually don't know what else I would side this against. Yeah, I actually the flu. I mean, maybe. And you know what? If I need what's it called, chat? This is if I play kaijus, I actually specifically need the win one because if the I played against Flunder at the regional and I fucked him up, but he was like bad. I'm wondering if I got Barrier Statue turn 1, if I because you can't use the runic that pops a special summon monster because Flunder never special summon, so like you can't use that against them. You can only use the special summon, but I guess if they have the Barrier Statue, you can't. So I still think runic should be fine against Flunder. I still think you win that matchup. Oh, Godarla is the win kaiju. Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I do think it is good that MBT gives a better tank than good effect means good. But this card is mega nice for any deck that would play it. Sup, Curse Dolph. Shut up. Tier would need their cards face up for their traps. Also not. What if this card, hypothetically, chat? Nah, I don't even know if I want to say this because then this card would be broke. If this card was a quick play, it would blank. Finish the well. If this card, yeah, if Destruction Karma Cannon, Daruma Karma Cannon, was a quick play spell, it would be blank. I feel like it would be broken. Cause then it's just like this card would be fucking insane. It would just like cards like Appaloosa and stuff. Yeah, I was like, would it be banned? Cause you could still negate it, but if it didn't get negated, it'd just be like infinitely better Dark Ruler. Because it would be Dark Ruler, but then it would put monsters in their most vulnerable positions, and it would just actually just outlink monsters instead of like turning off Appaloosa. Like you just out it, you know what I mean? And I get to do damage. So, anyways, that's just a hypothetical. I'll think about the Wind Barrier Statue bear, but I'm considering either this card or this card. You guys don't seem to be a fan of this, chat. Do I save the money? Because Amano it's like $1, but apparently this is weird. Like, okay, does anyone in the chat have 3 copies of this card, chat? Because apparently none of these busters have 3 copies, and I don't want to buy 3 copies from 3 different people. So, and like they all have $1 shipping. For some random reason, there is not a single person on TCG Player who has 3 copies of Amano Awado. Like, I don't understand why none of these busters only have like 1 copy. This guy has 2 copies. I didn't buy it from him because he lives in Wisconsin, which is not a problem now, but it will go down. Save the money. Daruma will be worthless. You think it's gonna be $1 card bear? Always get a does anyone in Twitch chat have it though? I'll buy it from you. What I'm saying is, if any of you guys have it, I'll buy it from you because none of these busters have 3 copies.